to episode 5 of Badwater. I always get confused with the whole reboot as to which episode I'm on, and we just finished our 5th. Just started our 5th cycle, so we just finished our 4th drought, so probably a high probability of a bad tide next time. We're working on getting this area set up, so there's going to be a farmhouse here very soon, and then there will be a I think we can probably now get them to work on building all of that. How many planks have we got? We've got 25 planks. So the power is pretty good. We've now got a decent amount of fermented cassavas. Water supply is looking okay as well. Do we really... I think we're going to go down to slightly less farmers, and I'm going to get the extra water pump going to restock our water supply, because that's in a pretty bad state, to be honest. It's in a pretty bad state. Yeah. What have we got going on log cutting wise? You could probably be paused and you could be unpaused, because a few of these oaks have come up and hopefully a few of the others are not far away. There's also a few trees down here that we can cut down if we need to, or we could leave, assuming as soon as bad tide comes they're going to get wiped out, but could leave them to maybe do some of that natural spreading and growing. Yeah, so the focus of today is going to be getting this area set up. Need to get some medium water tanks going, so we need gears. To get gears, we need enough planks stored. So, and that is really a function of, once we've got this area built, just getting enough planks made, to be honest. So I don't want to activate this area until... well, I am going to put this one on to try and improve the quality of what's in here. I mean, we could maybe put that to a half and get some water coming through, if that helps. Maybe even go to 0 and get some flow going through. See if that improves it a little bit. Dumping some fresh water in should help. Should help significantly. But a lot of the area that we could farm, we don't seem to be able to at the moment. So, yeah. That seems to have helped a little bit. We'll go with that for now. Yeah. Once this area is up and running, and by up and running I mean with a solid water supply, then I'm going to start looking at capping these two bad water sources off first, because these feed through here into our water source. It's not all of the problem, but it's some of the problem, so it will help. That actually is part of that process, so we can understand the change. Although it's going to cost us 150 science, I am going to put in some stream gauges before we do that. Awesome, it's another drought. We can live with a drought. That gives us more headroom before we need to worry about getting this going, because we have other options. So, yep, that is really good. Hopefully in 3 days we can significantly improve our water supply. Only got 150 water stored at the moment, so let's make sure all of these, the productivity of some of these is quite low still. Probably the way to help with that is to maybe give these guys a water tank here, to make the build of that a high priority and have that set to supply. And I think maybe I should do the same here as well, just with a small water tank. Have that set to supply and high priority, and that way these guys only have to deliver water to this tank rather than having to take it all the way up to here when they're full, unless the haulers are available. That should help, I think. Should help So it's funny that they're storing food in here. Oh no, they're working. We don't want them farming. That frees up a worker, which we could have hauling. Or maybe we want new... Yeah, let's do that. Do that. I'd rather have the farmer farming from there, you know. That seems infinitely more sensible to me. But yeah, let's get those built. Improve the productivity of those guys. This is going to go up to a half now, so I don't forget. I could, you know, has been known to happen. Has been known to happen. Like, you can be paused. Those trees are growing, so let's unpause you and chop down some of these. Top up our wood situation. Those are in. That's nearly built, so we're building up a stockpile of planks. We can get our 25 planks, whether we've got power or not. We actually, doing it during drought is fine because we need to sever the power connection anyway. But if we can get the 25 planks we need, we can finally build the gear workshop. And then when power comes back, we can start building the medium water tanks. And that, I think, will get us in a position where we can then start using this area. Yeah. That's the theory, but we really need these probably to be being much more productive. And some of them are good, some of them are not so good. And I'm hoping that putting this water tank here will help with that. Yeah. Still playing somewhat slower. Progressing the colony quite slowly. Only 23 beavers at the moment. Once those young beavers grow up. I guess the other thing to look at is, are there any... I guess we need to be thinking about medical beds soon, but I'm wondering if there are any easy well-being things. Probably can't do swimming pools yet. Scratching posts we could do, but we don't want to use. We have enough logs now to do, so maybe we could, yeah, we could build a scratching post. Let's do that. We'll put those along here. I think we'll build 2. No, we'll build 1 because otherwise we're going to use up too many planks. We need to keep our 25 planks. We could put in the gear workshop now. But we might as well keep making planks while we can. But yeah, I'm hoping that this is going to improve the productivity of these guys. So this is set to supply. So these should take water now to here, and then the haulers should use it to supply up here. And our water supply is going up quite nicely. So we can store at the moment 600 water, which is pretty good. Unless we get a really long drought, and then we'll be a bit screwed. So hopefully, as long as the drought's not more than what we... And 12 days, we'll be okay. So I guess we're going to find out very soon if it is. So they're probably finishing building that. They'll then finish building that, which is just a couple of logs. And then we will start work on our gear workshop. And then I think... I'm not sure, actually, where we go next once we've got gears, the water storage, but we're going to need power for that, so it's going to be, I might jump through the drought so you guys see some progress. Yeah, I might do that. I'm going to close this one now. Oh, that's a bit naughty. That's a bit naughty, but yeah, I'm going to close that now. Oh, that's very naughty. I hope that doesn't make this guy ill. It doesn't seem to be bad enough to make them ill, which is good. That didn't happen before when I closed it. That's interesting. That's interesting. So now we're looking at not much higher, which again, you know, I guess because that's full nearly. Okay. But our water supply is looking pretty darn good. So I am happy with that either way. So that's built. So we'll pause that. We do have a spare beaver. So I'm thinking get science going again. We will need a lot more science in soon. It's good word usage there. Good word usage. And I guess as we get more spare beavers, then I'll start putting them into the hauling post and the farming. We need like 4 beavers to run this. So, we've got 43 planks now, so we could put in that second scratcher as we go into the drought with 500 water, not 600 water. So that's not ideal, but you know, we'll see how long the drought's going to be and how we are going to cope, I guess. That one's closed. This one should close itself. We'll just keep an eye on that. And then we've got the water dump here we can use to hydrate keep this growing. Just make sure that it closes. We're up to 10 well-being. Nice. Are you going to close? Yep. Right. Awesome. And that looks a little bit toxic, so I am going to 12 days. Oof. This could be rough. Let's just quickly do the maths that we need to do. I'm not worried about food because we can keep growing food, but 23 times 2.5 times 12 is 690 water. We are 200 water short. So they can keep pumping, but what we're going to do is throw in a second water pump down here as a priority to be built, and we will unpause you and make that a priority job and a priority build, please. And yeah, could be a sticky situation as they frantically pump water out of there. We're going to have to be a little bit right, pause. Let's slow down time. Slow down. Pause. 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 That will stop time. So they're going to pump for a little while. Got 4 spare beavers, so let's get some more hauling going on. Let's get some more farming going on. Let's get you chopping some trees down. Yeah. Things are going to be a bit dicey again. Things are going to be a bit dicey again, I think. And the food situation never really recovered, and for some reason we seem to be very low on water again. Maybe because I had that down at 0 and then I closed it. I don't know. Yeah. We had 6 water pumps running and we still didn't get back to a good position with the water. So that's not great. That's not great. I feel like maybe we need even more water pumping going on. What we can do now is build our gear workshop. We can do that. You're going to be paused because we need all the water we've got. Going to pause 2 of the breeding pods for now. And let's just quickly do again. So we're now to 25. So we're using 62 water a day. But we do not have enough water, given that actually it takes at least a day for the water to come back as well. I think there's probably benefit in a little bit more. I'll see if I've got enough. We have got enough planks. We can do it without cheesing it. We're going to put another water pump in. Feels like we have an excessive amount of water pumps, but seems like we need them. So all of you, we have a couple of spare beavers again. We're going to throw in 2 more haulers because these guys are still producing water. So I guess I suspect it will have dried out before we get it done. But let's throw another one in. And if we can get a couple of days of water pumping out of this during the drought, we should definitely do that. We should definitely do that. Again, Bill, brilliant idea. Definitely a brilliant idea. We are a little bit low on the log front at the moment, but that's okay. Okay. These should hopefully, yeah, they're close to being mature now, which is good. This is almost pumped out actually, but we'll have that water pump for when we need it next time. And we're getting closer to kind of a break even. We've got 10 days left and not quite enough water for 10 days. So, yeah. More spare beavers. I guess, given that they can farm part of that, hey, let's get them farming part of it. We can get some trees cut down over here. That works. That works. Yeah, I was going to skip the drought, but maybe we won't because fun things are going to be happening, I guess. I don't think I can afford to dump water at the moment. So this is probably going to dry out. There will obviously be implications for that, for our food situation. Because we only currently have 200 food. I guess we could think about building the Conan's wheel. If we can chop down enough trees and keep the fermenter going, because that will give us a lot more food. There's a little bit of water there. So also, we've got some planks, so I think now would be a good time to throw in the old stream gauge there. And I want to see what this stuff is like as well. So we're going to build a couple of stream gauges, but that's going to be our priority. We need 100 logs to build that guy, which is a heck of a lot considering our current wood situation. But if some of these come up soon, which it looks like they're going to, then we might do okay. We might do okay. But yeah. Let's unpause you, and you're busy doing stuff, so knock back the number of haulers a bit. Yeah, there's plenty of food there, it's just not been harvested, so having the 3 farms working is going to help, I think. And yeah, this gives us the opportunity to keep generating power, I guess. You don't need to be doing anything. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 water pumps. If that's not enough. We've got 9 days, 25 beavers, so 62 times 9, 5, 6, we're still 100 water short. So, like a day, we're going to going to be borderline. We should be okay. We should be okay, but it's going to be pretty borderline. Unless I'm assuming the kits might drink a bit less, so we might be okay from that front. But we really can't afford to be dumping any water in, which is bad from our feeding point of view. So I think I'm going to get these guys. You're on harvesting. We're going to get these all on harvesting. So we get this food stored. We need a few more logs. So it says there's some water left, but this is not going to last the whole time. So I think it's better to get the food in. Maybe we just have you on planting, actually. We have 1 replanting and 2 farms on harvesting. This is going to give us, if we get all these kohlrabi or cassavas harvested, this is going to give us a reasonable amount of food. We could do with expanding the cassava farming. And I wonder if, actually, I feel like it might be sensible to be putting a I've got enough. Let's put a farm here and actually make use of this plant. It's green. And let's set the farm back one, and then we can put a path to both sides. Do that, and hopefully, yeah, we can farm all of that area then. Maybe grow some more cassava, because we don't seem to be growing enough of it until we get a good enough water supply to have this area active, which doesn't seem to be happening yet. I'm going to speed up a little bit to get through the drought a bit quicker, partly because I'm on a bit of a time limit today. So 11 logs, so we should get that out of what we've got here, I think. Yeah, you could be paused for now. This gives us a couple of spare beavers. We can go into there, and actually a couple of spare beavers that went into there are going to go into here and provide the power for this. What does the fermenter need? It needs 50 horsepower. We probably only need 1 on there. Yeah, we only need 1 working Conan's wheel. So there we go. We can start fermenting cassavas. So that's good. That should help improve the food supply at least. 7 days. Yep. Do some quick maths again. So 23, down to 23 beavers now, times 2.5, 57 times 7, 402. So we're about 60 water short now. So it's getting less painful. So yeah, we're going to be a day short. So I think we can get through 2 days without water. I think that'll be okay. They'll be thirsty, but I think that'll be okay. And what we're going to have to do is really focus on pumping water. Maybe at the expense of some other things, but I think that's going to have to be our focus. Let's tidy this path up a bit, shall we? Go. Yeah, I mean, in theory now we can farm that area. I don't think we should bother at the moment because this is going to be drying out quite quickly, I think. Have we got any? Yeah, we can bring you over here to be cutting those oak trees down. Some more lumber stored ready. Yeah. It's going to be close. It's all going to be very close, I think. We're good for food now. And we've caught up with all the harvesting and stuff, having the second set of farmers going, which is good. Right, I'm going to pause. Do we need to pause them? Yeah, I guess it gets our other researcher going, which is good. We'll get you back working, picking the berries. Yeah. I don't want to grow the population while we're constantly having these, not quite having enough of everything. So, well, we've got a reasonable wood supply. I think we should increase the number of water pumps down here for when we get that extra day or so of water. And maybe we build some small water tanks as well. So that we can improve their efficiency. So they're all set to supply because we don't want them doing anything. But yeah, I think that's going to be a good idea, assuming that everyone or someone survives. So actually that one's going to let these progress a bit more for, we want to be close to having beavers be born. Yep. Plan for the worst, not plan for success. But yeah, I think if we have a full complement of water pumping down here as well, that'll be really sensible. If we can get a good 2 more days out of that, then there we go. So everyone to harvesting crops, please. Of what's grown, we've got decent amount of food really, so I think we'll be okay. I think we'll recover from running out. All the trees that are planted are going to live, so we shouldn't have too many major problems apart from the whole running out of water thing that we're going to do in a couple of days. Yeah, I think they've actually harvested all the food that they can harvest, so we may as well pause those. Yeah. And we've got a ton of spare beavers, so I'm going to throw them into builders, and we're going to build a few more research huts. Because why not, eh? Why not? We filled our kohlrabi storage. Not quite. Not quite. We also need storage for gears. We're going to need that. I'm going to build up here a medium warehouse to store the cassavas. Because that's what I'm going to grow in this middle island. Pause and pause. So yeah, I think this is going to help us maybe. It's a bit of a kind of desperation tactic, the whole, but it stretches out our water pumping ability a little bit, and that's important at the moment. So yeah, we're not going to demolish those actually yet. Bad tide will might help us in a bad tide. So yep, 73 water left, plenty of food left, which is good. It's just a case now of kind of hang on and see how we do with surviving everything, and if we do survive or not. So you guys might as well be paused. So many spare beavers. I'm going to build a whole alley of these researchers to kind of bulk stock those points up, because I can see this happening a few times in the future. And we can always just pause them afterwards. So, There's not really anything for the haulers to do at this point. They don't have anything to do. And I guess actually what we could do is we could be making gears. Yeah, we could be making some gears, I suppose. They've got all the power they need. We're a couple of beavers short now, so let's drop off the priority on those. And yeah, we've got this. We might as well use it. So we have now run out of water as we end the drought, but most of the beavers have had a drink, so we're only going to have a day without water. That's not awful, I guess. We will open both of these up, ready for the water coming back. And I'm not going to do anything resource-wise until we get water back, and then we will start to rearrange the resources ready. So I think we've made it through. I think we'll be okay. And we've got now nearly 1,000 science stocked up. So I think what might be a good plan, apart from our not having loads of wood, so we need to get the medium water tanks built. But then I think I'm going to do is maybe put in one of the monuments so that we can get another big well-being boost if we can build it. I think that will be pretty sensible. So kind of feels like getting rid of that might be kind of sensible. But here comes fluid. It's bad fluid first, but here comes fluid. So come the morning, we will be... right. Pause. Everyone's thirsty, so we are going to pause Conan's wheel. We need both farms going on planting. I'm going to pause all of the science on out. We need all of the water pumping going. It's there. That's got 2 in it. So let's see how all of that drops out. That gives us 1 spare beaver, which I'm going to put in there. Yep, we will see how all of that does us. Ideally, obviously, I'd like things to be distributed a bit differently, but that's what we've got. So that's what we've got. And now what we want to be working on is storage, medium water tanks. Yes, please. So those are our priority, and also actually filling our water storage is our priority. So, because without that, kind of screwed. We have actually got food left, which is really good. We need to get our cassava fermenter going. So we are 1 beaver short. So let's go down to 1 making planks. That should be okay. You just really need to focus on getting water moved into the colony. Get those built, and then I think the next focus has really got to be getting up and blocking this. And I think we're going to do that using the ladders. They cost a bit more resource-wise. They're just going to be easier unless I can build some sort of staircase up here. So, and we're going to just try and get up vertically up here. So let's bring a path across here. I'm not going to connect it yet because I just want to start the planning process. So this is going to be total cheese as much as we can. So you know, we're going to be coming from somewhere like that. And staircase. Let's See, because ladders would make this so much easier, I think. So we are going to unlock the ladders. Do ladder, ladder. We do ladders there, there. We're then going to need something to build them off of, which is going to be a big old stack of warehouses, and then we can do 2 more ladders. So let's make it so they can get to that. There we go. So they can start working on that, but their priority is going to be building those. So we're up to 73 water, which is kind of okay, but not awesome. Yep. How are we doing for... We've not got anyone cutting trees down at the moment, but kind of a case of we just don't have enough beavers, so... okay for berries, so I'm going to pause you, unpause you, and you can do some tree cutting for me. And probably actually we could reduce the number of builders as well. And then maybe let's unpause you so you can cut down that oak tree. Yeah. And ideally we have got a spare one. And let's get these cassavas going. Unpause, and we're just going to have one working in here, and that might help with improving that. No, because we're not making enough cassavas is my thought there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7 water pumps going, and yeah. I don't know, you know. I do think some of it is maybe the quality of the water is the problem. So, and let's keep planning this, I guess. Where do we go from here? We want to go to the shortest amount of height gain that we need, which is here. So we would do a path here, here, and then ladders to bad tide. Oh, this could be grim. This could be grim, and then we probably are going to need to do platforms here. Do within 2 of the top, and then ladders 1, 2. So let's just hope that our first bad tide is a short one, I guess. What I think I'm going to do is really focus on harvesting water soon. So once this is built, we are going to focus almost exclusively on water harvesting. So I'm going to stop the plank and gear construction, because we can build this during a bad tide, because we'll still have power. That's fine. And yeah, I'm going to that'll free up 2 more beavers, and we're going to put them in down here, because we've only got 300 water and we've got 2.5 days. I think we need to go to a 19-hour working day. Sorry, beavers. Sometime later. Well, for me, not for you. I'm still very concerned about our water supply. So these are done. So we are going to get another water pump going, and I'm going to go up to a 20-hour work day. Really push the work day on a bit. Yeah, you can't tell. I'm somewhat concerned about that. Yeah. And I've noticed how bad our food situation is. So we're down to just berries with probably food cropping up in the morning, but 2 days away from our fast bad tide. Are we going to make it? I also had a quick peek at our stream gauges, and we're 29% here and 29% here. So, yeah, you know, it's not great. It's not great. It's not awful. And we're making progress on this. And I don't know if I did this off camera or not. So I'll just show you. I have completed this all the way up now. So that can slowly get built, but my main concern is we really need to significantly increase the amount of water we have stored, or we are going to be significantly screwed come this bad tide, unless it's very short, unless it's a very short bad tide. So yeah, I'm thinking that actually maybe I don't need to worry so much about them finishing this, and we are going to drag the beavers out of there, and we're going to get them going in that as well. So yep, I just kind of want as many beavers as I can pumping water. So they've got some water tanks over here that they can make use of. Yeah, I'm very, very concerned about how little water we have going into our first bad tide. Again, food, not so much. The food will sort itself out. I think we'll go down to 3 farmers as well. We have 2 spare beavers, so I'm going to do 1 more there, and I'm going to go to 2 haulers to see if we can keep our water pumps. Most of them are okay. They're mixed levels of efficiency. So yeah, probably what we should be doing is prioritizing these. So these are empty, so that these guys can move the water into them. I think that's what we should be doing. So yeah, I would really like to be having good 700 water going into the drought. I don't think we're going to achieve that. We've got another spare beaver, so even more water pumping, please. Although apparently it doesn't matter. It feels to me like the contaminated water is really affecting how much we get stored, because I've never needed this many water pumps for so few beavers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 water pumps. We've got almost half of our beavers pumping water, which is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. So now we've got 1 more day. How's our beaver well-being? We've got a bit of hunger, obviously. Their sleep's good, so we're going 24-hour work day. There is food there for them to harvest and eat, so that's okay. We've got the beaver sat in there doing nout. So yeah, free you up to do something more useful instead. You can be paused, and you guessed it, pumping water. The water position is a little bit better than it was before, but nowhere near it. We still cannot, I don't think, risk activating this yet at all. Building wise, I think we could go down to maybe, yep, really cut back on our building beavers, get 4 farmers going. I must remember I need to make these changes now to start to prepare for that. I'm going to quite quickly make these changes. So I'm going to put this one up to 1 quite quickly. And thankfully that water is not contaminated enough to kill just blood, which is good. It probably is starting to ramp up. No, it's not. Thankfully, that is good. Yeah, our water's up to 630, 640. We are going to be pumping straight through the night. The cassavas are nearly ready, but we can switch over some of our pumpers to running the cassava production. That's fine. So much water pumping going on. You can be paused. Yep. 700 water. Brilliant. As we go into the bad tide, I'm going to close this now. So we are isolated from the bad tide. Obviously, some stuff is gonna die. Some of this cassava might die off, but some of this should be okay. So we'll see how we get on. And I guess we can watch the contamination rise. 800 water. So this is better. It's better as we go into bad tide number 1. How long is it going to be? Very nervous. Very nervous. Please switch over and tell me it's not going to be too long. Please tell me it's not going to be too long. 11 days. I think we can do 11 days. I think we can do 11 days. Apart from the fact that we're very low on food, but let me quickly grab the old calculator again. We are up to 26 times 2.5, 65 times 11. Yeah, we can do that, and we can afford to keep growing food. So we're going to... What's the contamination like here? It's still at 29%, so we can keep pumping water. That's good. That's good. If we can fill the water, that's going to be brilliant. Let's unpause this. So I'm going to keep an eye on the contamination level. I'm kind of surprised that it's not ramping up faster. Go to 2 times speed, I guess. Let's just double check our floodgates are both up. They are. So that's good. Yeah. Water supply is in a much better place. I think we can maybe start to do a few other things. Get some of that going on. Get some tree cutting going on, but there aren't any grown trees there. There are a few there, so let's get those cut down. And yeah, I'm going to start dumping water here and improve the clarity of this a little bit. We're at 30% contaminated in there. We're at 29 there. So yeah, we want to try and improve that. I guess maybe I don't know. Not tested. Does water and bad tide evaporate at different rates? I don't know. It's kind of weird that we're in a bad tide and actually other contamination's now starting to ramp up. I guess it takes a while for it to pull all the bad water. Yeah, it makes sense actually. It takes a day for the good water to come through. So yeah, we're starting to see that effect now, 60%. Whereas in here, we're still at 30%. So that's good. But we will then see how this plays out. So I guess we'll see whether these still produce water. In the morning, we need to go down to a sensible amount of work time, or we end up with a bunch of exhausted beavers. We've got food. So yeah, that was a bit manic, but we're in a much better position, I think. So yeah. I have never needed to move so much water around. So I'm hoping now that we can get this finished up as a priority. That would be great. We can get these gears made. We probably want to get that going. Let's just go and I just feel like we can maybe ease up on the pumping a little bit now. If we're going to... We'll just keep an eye on see if these are still getting very, very slowly. If I have one of these running, how much faster are they pumping water out or not, I guess, is the question. Yeah, you can see here, so all of these blueberries are dying. The cassavas are dying back. If we unpause you and get you on harvesting duty, maybe we can... Nope, we cannot save those cassavas. So, but let's get a couple of you guys in harvesting stuff. And we need you working. So we will have planks and gears going on. So we'll get this made now. The water supply is, it feels like water pumping has kind of stalled at this point. So we've got enough water. Let's get some other jobs done, I think. So pause all of those. Let's get some more building going on. Let's get the plank production going on. Get a bit more hauling going. We've got all of our farmers in working. That's going. That's going. We could probably do with another one of you. And we'll have someone doing research. Yeah. I think we can make it through this bad tide now. I was very, very nervous until we got that surge of water. So, yeah. Right. Pause. Have we actually cleared out? Well, I guess everything's died that side now. So we can... let's get rid of the empty ones. They're going to come and collect those and use them, and then we can delete those. We can delete the path, and we can start to recover the logs from that, and we will replace it when we need to get back across there. So this is now 26% contaminated. So yeah, we can, looks like we can plant, we've got quite a long drought, so we can plant some cassavas around there. You're replanting some of those cassavas, so that's good. We could actually plant a few there as well. So we can maybe start to bolster our food supply, which would be good. We only have one blueberry plant, which is alive now, which is not so good. How are our breeding pods? Our breeding pods are about to churn out beavers, so actually we're probably okay on that front. These guys are making gears. We have all the power we need, so that's good. And first staircase is in, and first sets of stairs are going in, so that's pretty cool. I would like them to focus on finishing this first, so maybe what we do is we pause that so that they have enough planks to finish building this, because I think if we can, we're going to really make sure that we've got a good solid water supply going forward. Although this might help with that because there's going to be clean water, so I don't know. Maybe we just let the beavers work it out. Yeah, maybe we just let the beavers work it out. I do wonder, actually, if I built something across here, whether these farmers could be doing more help. Whether for now they do that with like that. Whether that can get them to be farming the bottom of those kohlrabis. That would be kind of interesting. We're still going to get a few blueberries, but not many. You might as well be paused, buddy. You might as well be paused. We'll get you doing some science, I think. Get you doing some science. So the food should recover because, you know, we've got uncontaminated water here. What I feel like we need to do is unplant this bottom row and and put some berries here. When these grow, which they are very soon about to by the looks of it. Then 7 days, 790. We've got way more water than we need. I'm thinking maybe we get this going. Let's just quickly double check our math. So we've got 27 beavers times 2.5, 67 times, say 8, 540. Yeah, I think we've got enough. Kick this guy off. Oops, sorry. And we'll get some water in here. So, where's the mangroves? We're going to fill this with mangroves. Going to plant, because we keep running out of cassavas, so we're going to plant a relatively big plot of cassavas over here. Yep, and then we're going to plant a smaller plot of kohlrabies here, which mostly will be unaffected by the bad tide, especially if we go into there. So let's unpause you, and probably for now, no, maybe we can't unpause that. So let's take one out of there, and we'll just have one farmer working, and we've got the guy doing the water dumping. That works. They've only got to go to there to get their water, so yeah. It's going to take a bit of work to get that filled up, you know. Probably what I should do actually is put in my favorite little stream gauge so that we can control the water level in there once it's been filled. And actually, yeah, it looks like some of the other farmers are getting to work helping plant the kohlrabies, which is awesome. And yeah, we're going to plant blueberries in here, because we need those for breeding, and we've been using them for food, which is not good. So you're set on harvesting, you should be set on planting. We want you to be replanting those, so that we're regenerating the food as we go. And then here, thinking long-term plan, we're going to plant oak trees in the areas that are not impacted by being in a bad tide. So I'm kind of assuming that this guy can plant all of those. Yep. So we can pause that one, and we will bring them over and get them planting trees over here. And I will get them to focus on planting oak trees first. That seems like the more important thing to do instead of the mangroves. So over here, how are we doing? Pretty good. So we need these stack of warehouses, because they can only build steps too high. Yep. Oh, a second. That's in. So we can pause the gear workshop now. We've got a couple of spare beavers. What do we want them doing? We've got full farming going on, so maybe we put you in there. Get you back there, because they're going to be cutting down some trees very soon. And that's that. Yeah, I think we're going to survive our first bad tide. Our contamination is down to 16%. We can now plant cassavas in a much bigger area over here as well. So let's do that, which is free of bad tide. We can plant kohlrabies up here. And we're likely going to be running our water dump most of the way through the bad tide, so we may as well make use of that lower contamination. The other thing that I was planning to do actually is let's not plant crops or mangroves there. And we will instead do well-being and double showers there and there. And we can get a bit of wet fur bonus. So that'll be good. That will be cool. We're missing a potential mangrove there. So, yep. And we are on our way up. So yeah, you'll see now that they can't build this one until they've built some more of these warehouses. And that's why I put the platforms here, because I didn't want to build, and maybe it's cheaper to build an extra 2 of these, and once these are built we can delete them. Once they've built the staircases all the way up, we can delete these. They don't need them once they're built. So yep, and we can carry on deleting these now. So yeah, am I going to replant all of these? Probably not. These might get replanted, we'll see. We probably need to look at irrigation barriers, but we need treated planks for that. We get treated planks. We actually could do that. We could be getting to treated planks. So nothing's not going to grow in there. Do I plant a small stand of pine trees to do sap collection from? What's the word? Pine resin collection from. I think I should. The other thing that we need to put in, I have not considered at all, is some lumberjacks. Yeah, probably we can do that over here and maybe down here. So it should be okay. It should be okay. But what we mainly need is to have enough planks done to build this, and like enough builders to get it built relatively quickly. So let's get more builders going on. Population seems to be going up, which is kind of cool, apart from the fact that we now don't have berries and these are all empty. So yeah, we're going to have to wait. We're going to get 3 off of that, which is enough to make an beaver, which is okay, I guess. It'll keep the population ticking over, but brilliant. So yeah, but we probably don't need all of these down here now. We don't need all of these down here now. So let's get these deleted. Tidy up some of these paths, I guess. Yeah, there we go. So that is set to supply, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So we've still got 400 water, only 4 days to go, which is pretty cool. That's filling up quite nicely now, which is good. So maybe we'll just set you now to no priority, and we'll let you just do your thing. We'll start to get some of those mangroves in. For mangroves, we are going to need a gatherer flag, aren't we? If I put it there, they will be able to gather everything. If I put it there, they will be able to gather everything. So cool. That will be good. That will be good. There we go. We are putting that one, and then we can delete this stack and recover all of the logs. That'd be good. Just need 6 more logs to get that built. And maybe it would be sensible. Because we do have haulers, don't we? If I did logs, obtain, planks, obtain, and I prioritized that, our builders spent a bit less time moving stuff to where they needed it. We've got 2 whole haulers, so you know. You need to come pick those. So let's pause one of you. And yeah, once the stream gauge is in, we can have this automated, and that'll be good. We could maybe automate this one off of the stream gauge. And hopefully then they can do stuff between them. Yep, putting those in has allowed them to get to the bottom of that kohlrabi piece, which is cool. Yeah. We're still not really farming enough cassavas to give them a consistent food supply from cassavas, but that's kind of what this is for. So actually going to prioritize cassava planting so that we get those in. I'm much more interested in getting those cassavas going than having more kohlrabies grown. Mangroves are going in. So yep, they're up to here now. Let's prioritize those by haulers. Get those shifted. Yep, they can get up to there now. So let's delete that stack. Get our 12 logs back. We'll make sure that they pick those up. And have they recovered those? They have not yet. So we'll make sure they get those back as well, because we're not massively flush with wood at the moment. We are flush with power, which is good. So, and I'm kind of hoping that once this grows in, our food situation will be more stable. I mean, this, as long as we've got a good water supply, this is robust to bad tide now, because we're only planting where we're safe from bad tide. If we get, once we get up here and get this capped off, all of this contamination should go away. So that will mean we can plant a bit more. I'm going to plant some more pine trees back here then, and we'll work on treated planks and getting some protection from the bad tide along here. That will be good. Yeah, I really don't like all of that. We're gonna have to work on sorting out some of this cheese that we've dealt with, but we need it. You know, we just have to deal with what we've got at the moment and make progress. So 3 days to go, 177 water. We've got a good supply of food. Everything else is just kind of hanging on. Yeah, I think two of our breeding pods are sort of working, which is good. We're going to keep the population ticking over. We have 12 well-being. Wow. So once this is going and producing more wood, and we could plant a bigger area, but at the moment we won't. That might change once this is dealt with as well. It would be really nice to unlock the labour and monitoring. It's going to give us a really big well-being boost and maybe get us to that next life expectancy extension, which is quite important. So, right, these are going in. Awesome. Right. Yeah, this should go a bit quick. If the haulers can keep these guys supplied with planks and logs, this will be a bit quicker. Delete the next one of these and get them to come pick those up. And the kohlrabies are all in now. Not kohlrabies, cassavas are all in now. So we have quite a lot more cassavas being grown now. So hopefully we'll be able to keep them in fermented cassavas. Will be good. Once this is built, we won't need these and we can recover those again. And that might actually be enough to get that built. And the plan, very simply, is to run levees, which is going to be a reasonable amount of logs across here. Pretty much like that. So let's put the path in, because you guys know I will forget the path. And what that should do is stop that flowing into both of these. So this one is the one that comes down here and is contaminating this land. But this also comes down here and into our water supply. So we'll then get to see how that reduces the contamination. So here we are, 13%. We've got 2 days left. I'm going to pause that. We'll ease up on the old. We're 62 water left. Yeah, we will ease up on the old water usage. How did that happen? So, oops. Oopsie doops. I wasn't paying attention. But hey, it's fine. Fine. We've got basically 3 days until we get water back, and we've got enough water for a day. So, yeah. We will be able to mass. I can't stand having those there. Means I'm going to lose those few logs in the middle. No. Can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a bad tide kick we send, bad water kick we send through with the contamination that's going to be trapped there. You know, that's okay. That's okay. So they should now be able to build all of those. So we've got 4 more staircases to build. We've got 10 planks and each one needs 8. So yeah, we've still got work to do. We've still got lots of work. 20 planks. We've still got lots of work to do. Hopefully this doesn't dry out in a day and a bit, but we've got to go. There's not much water there. There's not much water there, you know. We gambled, we failed. So I also need to be thinking about building a few more of those because they're only going to get longer. The droughts and the bad tides are only going to get longer. So realistically, we'll start replacing these with more of the medium tanks as well. As we grow the population, I think we're just going to have so many beavers focused on pumping water until we get a good, clean, steady water supply. And yeah. I mean, it'd be really cool if we could get clean water coming out here and we could trap some of it. You know, that feels a long way off to me. That one's nearly built. Once that's built, we can delete this pile, as I said, and we can then recover the stuff that's in that and use it towards building those. And then we'll delete all of this mess, because once these are in, we don't need them. Yep. We will go to an 18-hour workday once the beavers get back to it. 24 water left, 1 day to go. So, yeah. And this is at a depth of 1. So, yeah. Hopefully these survive more than a day when they're dried out. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause. I'm going to do advanced, attach to stream gauge. Pause if the depth, right. Pause if the depth is above 0.04. Unpause if the depth is below 0.0. I want the smallest number possible. So we will turn down the mouse sensitivity. Can I not get smaller than 0.03? Oh, there we go. I saw one. There we go. All right. Play. So we will try and keep the smallest amount of... I know that's probably only going to keep at the corner of this wet. But if it helps keep some of the food alive and stuff, I think we should do that. So we probably won't have any water at the point when it kicks in. But hey, I'll readjust it once we have water back. We do need gear production going again, so let's get that going. We still have a spare beaver. We could let's recycle some of the water that we dumped. Let's do that. That's probably a wise idea at this point. There's a decent amount of fluid in here. We've got 0.6, so let's do that. Food's up at 300 odd, so I think we can take that risk. We can take that risk. So these are in now. As I said, we can delete this stack. That gives us back enough to build one of the 2 staircases. And we have no logs. Okay. Grow trees, grow. There's the only trees now that are growing that we have access to. So apart from these, obviously, they're quite a long way off. So, oh, we've got our first shower in. That's cool. Oh, we've got an injured beaver. afford to build a medical bed. There we go. Our first injured beaver. 0.3, we've still got 36 water, so this has paid off. Paid off. So we just about have some water left. No, we don't. We have no water left. But we need to wait for the contamination bank here to drop before we risk opening these. So I'm glad I put these in actually, because they're going to suddenly become very useful. We'll wait for the water to come back before I end things. And we are almost up here. In fact, we are basically up here. So that's cool. We just need some wood to be able to build stuff. So it looks like we're going to be waiting for the trees to grow to be able to build those levees. So that's the thing. You can be paused. You don't need to be sat there doing that. Yep. As soon as the contamination drops, actually it's down at 70% already. So maybe we could start pumping water. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, they're getting water, so at that point we need to redistribute all of our resources. So let's get that done and then we will call it a day. So we've got... I don't think we can afford to have quite so many farmers now. We might just have to have the 2 there. And the 1 there for now. How does that leave us for beavers once and 2 builders, I guess. Once they've all done their thing. Hopefully we'll have some berries soon so we can start making some new beavers. We should prioritize building that so we can get the injured one back. We've got 2 more, so let's get a couple more water pumps going. 65% contamination. So lower would be better, but we didn't actually run out of water, so let's turn that off and get that one going. Yeah, we didn't actually run out of water, so I'm going to take that as a win. So we survived the first bad tide. We have made it further than our first run. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, suggestions below. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. I will see you guys next time.